right. All right. It says we are live. I'm going to pull it up on my phone here just to make sure. But happy Thursday, everybody. We are so excited to be here and really excited to share some stuff with you guys today. I think it's going to be super helpful for a lot of you who haven't gone through some of our trainings before. For those of you who have it, hopefully you're still going to pick up some details from it, because we're going to go into a little more detail today than we typically do on this subject matter. So hopefully it's going to be really good for you. Trying to still see here, trying to pull us up in my group, but we have so many people joining into this live that I keep getting notifications. So I'm excited to have you guys on here. But how is everybody's week going so far? Can you guys drop in, where you're from and what's going on with your businesses?
I see Karen here. Hey, Karen, Darcy, Sandra, how are you ladies doing?
Awesome, guys. And if you have not clicked on our link yet for the StreamYard.com/Facebook, if you can do that, it gives permission for StreamYard to actually show your name in our comments. So on the screen that I'm on here, there are a bunch of names, so I'm not seeing, although I do see Karen and Patty joining. Thank you, guys. I'd love to have you on here. All right. And yep, we are definitely live. I got it on the page.
Yeah, I don't see us live yet. I must have a delay.
Oh, yeah, I got us here. I see Angela on here too. Yeah, so hey guys, and Maya, if you guys are, and Sadaf is on. If you guys are, joining maybe for the first time or whatever, just drop in where you're from, because I know some of you we don't know. Hey, Karen, how are you? No, actually, Karen, I can see your name. So here's who I can see real quickly. I can see Karen, Patty, Sandra, Darcy, and if you are not one of those people and you have commented, if you guys can do that, StreamYard.com/Facebook, that would be awesome. Because then I could see your names as well. All right. All right. We got lots of Canada in the house. We got US in the house. Hey, Ed, how are you? All right. All right. So, guys, what we're going to talk about today is how to use some Facebook tools to help you figure out where your perfect prospect is hiding out. And so we're going to do a screen share here in a little bit. We didn't do slides because slides aren't really necessary for today. Hey, Jennifer, thanks for hopping on. But we're going to start out going into some detail first of what it is that you need to know before you can even use some of the tools that Facebook has. And that is, to really kind of a little bit more about what it is you're looking for, who that perfect prospect is. And we like to call that person our avatar.
So guys, drop me a 1 in the comments if you currently have an avatar. I'm curious to see whether you guys understand this concept or whether you've taken the time to actually figure out who it really is that you want to attract to you. So we're getting some 1s, Karen, getting some more 1s. Okay, so some of you, no, we can't see you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, Angela, I see you on my phone, but not up here. So I'm not exactly sure how that works. And I know Dale put something in here too. I know Rob had done a training on this in on our ambassador group last week, but Dale had kind of shared his avatar earlier this week. And I know some of you saw it, some of you may not have, but oh, good. Lots of 1s, lots of 1s. Guys, if you don't know who your avatar is, if it's something really new to you, can you drop us a 2 just so we kind of have an idea? All right, and somebody, I'm not sure who, yeah, somebody here is wondering who your avatar is, but I'm not sure who that is.
Okay, so I think it's probably we're starting from the beginning about what an avatar is and why it's important. So basically, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but when we first start out in network marketing, we're often taught that everyone's our prospect. I know I was taught that, and I had that common belief. Did you feel that? Were you taught that same thing, Trish?
Absolutely. Yeah. If they have prospect, or if they're your prospect, it's crazy.
Yeah, totally. So give us some thumbs up, guys, if you had that common belief, or if that's what you were taught, that everyone out there is your prospect and you just need to go out and talk to everyone. And in that, you're going to find some people who will be customers and some people who will join your team. So, newsflash, not everyone's your prospect.
No.
They're not, right? Even though you may have amazing products that everyone uses, or an amazing opportunity to earn some residual income, or create some freedom in people's lives, not everyone wants it. They might need it, but maybe they just don't want it. Or maybe they're just not aware, right? So when it comes down to the online space, when we start trying to attract people to us who maybe are interested in our products, or maybe are interested in looking to join our business, we have to get really, really specific on who precisely it is we want to attract. Otherwise, think about it. If we don't clearly understand who that person is, we will never know what to post on social media to cause them to be attracted to us. So the word avatar, if you've never heard it before, it's really your ideal business prospect, okay? And I want to dive a little bit deeper to really create this distinction for you between a customer prospect and, someone who wants to join a business. So, Trish, give me an example of some network marketing products. There's tons of companies out there. Give me an example of a product line.
I would say probably a health and wellness line, because I feel like that's something that, people talk about. Oh, well, everybody can use this. Everybody needs to be healthy, or even maybe taking it a little further to weight loss. One of those.
Let's use that example, okay? So this concept applies to whatever kind of product you might have. So, but we'll use weight loss as an example because it's easy. So let's say you want to attract a bunch of customer or a customer who wants to buy your weight loss products. Well, you have to think about that ideal prospect. Who is that person? How much overweight are they? Do they want to drop 5 pounds because they're an athlete and they just want to get faster on the track? Or do they need to lose 50 pounds or 100 pounds and they're really struggling, right? How old are they? Is it a man or a woman? Do they have kids? And you might be thinking, why do I need to know all this stuff, right? Well, think about it. If you can put out content that is helpful to them in their weight loss journey, in their struggles in their lives, then they're going to start seeing you as someone who is an authority or an expert or who knows some stuff about weight loss. It's going to attract them to you. Now, why do we get specific? Well, let me give you an example. So let's say I have weight loss products and my ideal business prospect is a mom who is 42 and she's 80 pounds overweight. So what might she struggle with other than just weight loss? Maybe she feels she doesn't have self-confidence amongst the other moms at school. Maybe she feels she's not being a great role model for her children. So it hurts her, right? But she is struggling. Maybe she's having relationship problems because, she's not feeling sexy anymore. Okay, so you want to think about who is that person, because the content you put out on social media is the solution to her problems. So you could put out things like, tips on how to lose weight, tips on exercise. Those are all kind of standard content, right? But what if you put out a post or talked on a Facebook Live about how to get over your feeling of, you know, lack of self-confidence while you're on your weight loss journey? Here's some tips. I can guarantee you when that avatar or ideal prospect finds those things, they're going to go, wow, this person understands how I feel.
Mhm.
Trust her. I can follow her. You know, I like her because she gets me. And that's why going deep in terms of the psychology around your avatar, what are the things that are going through her head, becomes so important in your social media content. So that's the product side. Trish, do you want to cover the recruiting side?
Sure. And just to kind of, go along with exactly what you're saying, I think sometimes what happens, like I love the example you gave there, Ruth. Sometimes what happens is when we have these weight loss products or whatever it is, we automatically think of the people who we know who need to lose weight. But just because they need to lose weight doesn't mean they want to lose weight. Okay. So there's a big difference there between the need and the want. And the other is maybe it's somebody who's struggled, they can lose the weight, but then they always put the weight back on. There's just so many things. So really knowing, who you're talking to, what solution you have to their problem, just like we said, is going to make a big difference. But for me, understanding this avatar really was about the need and the want, because just because someone needs it doesn't mean they want it, doesn't mean they're going to do the work to get there or anything like that, which leads into the business partner side, right? Getting someone to join you in your business, because there are a lot of people who I know who are overachievers, they're go-getters, they're, maybe they're a great salesperson who I remember in the beginning thinking, wow, I need to recruit them. They're going to help me blow this up. We're going to go crush the world together. But guess what? They have no interest in network marketing, none, right? They don't have any interest in it. I have a lot of friends who seriously would fit this, I spend a lot of my time in the athlete group where, we've done lots of races and triathlons and, things like that. These people show up every day. They're really that perfect person you want in your business. But if they don't have any desire to actually be in your business, it's not going to do you any good. You're just going to push them away. And so when we think about this and want to know who it is that we're talking to, this is where it really becomes important to be specific. And it also becomes important to figure out where to go find those people, because you want to actually be talking to the people who are looking for something. Now, does that mean that you might miss some people who didn't know this could be a career for them? Maybe in the beginning. But the problem is you're looking at a much smaller group of people in a much bigger audience. And it's really hard to find those specific people when you're trying to talk to so many at one time. But if you can be out there really talking to a pool of people who already believe in this industry, who already know that network marketing is a great way to go, that already, and maybe your business isn't network marketing, by the way, whatever your business is, right? But it's something that they've already got an interest in, and you don't need to be convincing. It's going to allow your message to stand out to them. And so then it's important to really think about, okay, what does your opportunity, what can it change for them? What solution can it provide? Can it provide the income that they're looking for? Can it help them maybe make some extra money on the side? Can it help them maybe have that money to put their kids through college? Or maybe it's that they want to retire, but everything they've made up to this point's been enough to just get them by. They still don't have that extra, right? It's all these little pain points that you can be thinking of, that when you put content out there, they're going to go, oh, wow, I really need this. This is what I've been looking for, right? So just be thinking about that, because every opportunity is slightly different, but there are still some commonalities, within this space, with the solutions that people are looking for.
So I love what you said, Trish. And I don't know, have you ever heard this term niching down? You ever heard that term? Drop me a one, guys, if you've ever heard the term niching down. And if I don't get any ones, I'm going to explain it. Not getting a lot of ones. So what niching down means is narrowing your target market, right? Making it smaller. And the more you can niche down, the more clarity you'll have in your posts and in your lives and in your marketing, so that when people find it, they will actually feel it. It won't be so general. So, and I'm going to give you an example. And this example is actually wild. And I shared this once before in this group. So I once had a client who had some weight loss products, and she was also like a weight loss coach, right? And she was trying to build this online weight loss coaching sort of program, and she had some products that went along with it. And she was putting a lot of content out about weight loss, and it was really good content. It was like, 5 tips on how to do this and do that to lose belly fat, and it was pretty good content. But she was getting no traction in her business because her content was still way too general. It was just about weight loss. And I don't know if you've noticed out there in the marketplace, there's a lot of people talking about weight loss.
And Dan says, people who need to lose weight looked like I showed up on cue. I love that.
So we had this discussion about, who do you really want to work with? Who do you really want to help with your program and these products? And she went away and she was kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about, Ruth, but I pushed her and I said, you got to really narrow it down. Who do you want to attract? And she came back the next week and she said, I figured it out. I want to attract, and she came from a family that had some physicians in it. And she said, I want to attract physicians who are overweight because they really struggle, right? Because they're in front of their patients and they're overweight and they feel self-conscious. And sometimes they don't have time to, work out and eat right. And they really struggle. And she said, I know that because I have family members that are physicians who struggle with this. I said, perfect. That's your avatar. And she said, but I'm going to miss a whole lot of people, right? She had this scarcity mindset of missing all these people out there who are searching for weight loss alternatives. And I said, trust me, start posting content that's going to speak to that person, that physician who is overweight, who's struggling, who can't find time to work out, who can't find time to eat right, who feels self-conscious. She did, and within a few months, her calendar was full. Now, we used some targeting, which we're going to show you how to do next, but she came back and she said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it worked. And it's because the people who found her message felt it. They were like, oh my gosh, she understands me. So that's the importance of niching down.
Yeah, and I love that, Ruth, because, it's one of those things, guys, I've heard this said so many times, from a lot of old school networkers that, online doesn't work because you can't build that relationship online. Well, what, Ruth is kind of giving here as an example is exactly how you do build that relationship online. When you really can speak to your prospect and really start to build that relatability, get what you're saying to resonate with them, it's going to start building that know, like, and trust. And once you do that, then they become a really hot lead for you, or just at least someone who, even if they're not necessarily interested in what you have, someone who's going to be much closer to, what it is you're looking for. But most of the time, those are going to be those red hot leads who do end up in your business in one way or another, whether it's a customer or whether it's as a new business partner.
So guys, if you got your thinking cap going and the wheels are turning now, drop me a yes if you have an avatar already, if you feel like it needs a little more refinement. Just curious. Just drop a yes if you feel like you've got to go back and go, okay, I got to refine this avatar a little bit more so that my posts and my messages speak more directly to them.
Yeah. And I think that's a great point because I remember even when I first got started, because you're a little nervous, you're not really sure, but what to say. So you're speaking more general. And then, like you said, when you can get more specific and niche down on things, you'll definitely see a difference. I see lots of people saying yes now, even a hell yes.
You got a hell yeah. That's good. Okay, awesome, guys. So, do you think it's time to share Facebook Insights, Trish?
Yeah, I think so. I think I think it's starting to make a lot of sense for people. We're getting tons of yeses.
Okay, awesome. So, guys, there are a number of ways to find your avatar on the internet. So there's, Google has some search tools and some analytics. There's a lot of ways to find them, but today we're going to be sharing a tool that's free, that's right on Facebook, that will help you find where your avatar is on Facebook so that you can do one of two things. Now, if you're doing paid advertising, if you've progressed to that, you can target them based on where they're hanging out through paid advertising, or you can use organic strategies that we've taught you in some of our other Thursday Lives, where you can actually start having conversations with people that are in that pool of, people that contain your avatar. They're the right people, targeted people. So I'm going to share my screen here. I've never shared it before on StreamYard. So let's all just really cross our fingers.
I'm going to add something here while you're sharing the screen. I'll just share it. Dan says, I've advised people this way. If you're having trouble figuring out who your avatar is most likely you right before you had the breakthrough that led you to realize and understand how your product or service would help you. Your avatar is you 6 months ago or an appropriate time frame. And that's a great point, Dan, because most times you're right, it is you or someone extremely similar to you. Every once in a while it's not, but that's a pretty good general rule, I think.
I like that too, because you can be pretty safe in knowing how your avatar feels.
Yeah.
What their emotions are, because you're going through them yourself. I have seen people pick completely different avatars, but it requires a little bit more of a thoughtful process to kind of put yourself in the headspace that person is in, right? But picking yourself is probably the easiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm. For sure, because it's much easier for you to be able to bring out or think about the things you've struggled with, share stories that you've struggled with, and then share the solution that you have found for it. Because when you can do that, you're giving people hope. And when you can start giving people hope, they are going to be locked right onto you because they're going to know that the information you're giving is, they're going to feel you're speaking directly to them.
Okay, so I'm going to share this screen. We're going to cross our fingers. And
let's see. You still there?
I'm still here.
You're just selecting, I'm assuming.
Yep.
These new platforms, you gotta love it.
Oh, it says Chrome has lost permission to capture your screen. Follow these steps.
Uh-oh.
And now I've got the spinning wheel of death.
No. Okay, let's see here. Is it giving you anything, Ruth, or is it still locked? All right. So, guys, if this is making sense to you at all, go ahead and just drop us a big old yes down below so that we know that this is making sense. And I know for a lot of people in the very beginning, this is for sure one of the things that they struggle with. And it's why when Ruth and I do training with people, one of the things we talk to them about first is figuring out who this person is, because it's really going to help you connect faster with people. We can do that. Oops, I think we lost Ruth. Hold on. So I'm here. Sorry, guys, a little technical difficulties. Love it, love it. All right. And let's see where Ruth went. And how many of you have actually sat down and done an avatar worksheet or something like that, if you've actually sat down and written out who your avatar is pretty specifically, drop me an avatar below. All right, we got you back. We lost you for a minute.
I had to shut Chrome down, so let's see if this works. Let's cross our fingers, guys.
And I know in the example Dale gave the other day, which is posted here in this group, if you do a search for, oops, hang on, I think I got you, Ruth. There we go.
Okay, excellent. So go ahead, Trish. I'm going to pull up Facebook.
Yeah. So, oh, good. Lots of you have done an avatar. Well, here's the really great thing. If you have not, we've got a worksheet that we can give you that's going to help you figure out who your avatar is. So if that's something, that you are wanting to get access to, just drop us a sheet, SHEET in the comments, and I'll make sure that we drop that to you. But here's the cool thing. Your avatar, even once you figure this out, it's going to allow you to be much more creative with all your content. It's going to help you know what to talk about in your Facebook Lives. It's going to help you know what kind of posts to put out there. It's going to help you know what kind of, if you're doing things with lead magnets, what type of lead magnets are going to be things that people are going to find valuable enough to do that. And I'm just going back through some of these comments here, trying to see who has left a couple of them. All right, Dan. Yes, Dan, we will be getting that sheet to you for sure. All right, looks like Ruth has got this.
So can you guys see my screen okay? I can't see you, so I don't know.
Okay, I can see your screen. I just made it bigger, so it should be good for everybody now. And let me take this banner off too.
Okay, perfect. So guys, let us know if you have ever used Facebook Insights. Drop a me in the comments if you've ever used Facebook Insights before. Just curious. So what Facebook Insights is, it's a tool to let you know where people are hanging out on Facebook. So what kinds of things they're following, so that you can find that audience and you can actually either, as I mentioned before, target them with your ads, or actually, go to the place that they are at and start developing relationships with them there. So I want to go through a couple of examples. I'm going to go through some product examples, and then I'm going to go through, a business sort of avatar example to show you how this works. So are we getting any me's, Trish?
Yeah, I'm getting lots of me's coming through.
Okay, so lots of people have used it.
Well, actually, we are getting lots, but I know there's a lot more people on than what we've gotten. So
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So basically, what this is you can first of all select the location where you want to find the people. So let's say you're in network marketing and your company is in the United States and Canada. So obviously you could pick any countries at all, but I'm going to pick United States and Canada. And let's say after doing the work on the avatar, you've decided that your avatar is a 42-year-old woman, okay? So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look for an audience that is, 15 years maybe on either side of that age, because within that group, you're going to find people like that. So we call that the target audience, and the avatar is the specific person, your ideal person, and we're gonna find the audience that they're in. So if my avatar is 42, I'm gonna pick 30 and to, let's say, 48. No, maybe 50. So,
and real quickly, Ruth, Marlo wants to know, where do you find this on Facebook?
So what you do is you go into, I'll show you. When you go into Facebook, you go to, And when you click this little down button, it will say manage ads. This is the easy way to get to it. So manage ads. And then if you are doing business on Facebook and have a business page, you should have set up a business manager. But you could also select your ad account. So I'm just going to select business manager here. I'm going to get into my business manager. And in this little drop down, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click on audience insights. So that's how you get there.
Perfect.
So let's go back to this example. And so now I want to target a woman because my avatar is a woman between the age of 30 and 50 in Canada and the United States. So we can see that this audience has 45 to 50 million people, okay? But I want to narrow it down now. So let's use the example of someone who maybe is looking to lose weight and is, following some different diet plans. So I'm going to start doing a little bit of research here. And I'm going to type in the word diet. And all these different choices come up. We've got healthy diet, diet food, Paleolithic diet, goes on and on and on. So I'm curious to see, Mediterranean diet is, a pretty popular diet right now. I'm going to click on this because I know that people following the Mediterranean diet probably want to get healthier, and probably a good percentage of them want to lose weight. I could narrow this down even more. I could niche down even more, but for the purposes of today, let's just take a look at people who are interested in the Mediterranean diet. So the first thing you're going to notice is the majority of people are between the age of 35 and 44. Pretty cool, right within the range of my avatar. And you're going to get a whole bunch of different information here about that demographic of people, who's married, who went to college. So you're going to get some insights about what kind of people are in this, who are interested in the Mediterranean diet. But more importantly, if you go over to this next tab here on page likes, and hopefully this loads, good. You're going to get the pages, the Facebook business pages that people follow who like the Mediterranean diet as an interest, who show interest in the Mediterranean diet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at these pages. Okay, Mediterranean diet recipes, Mediterranean living, Mediterranean dish, veggie shake, the Betty Rocker, Eat Fit Fuel, low carb life, easy keto, low carb recipes, clean food crush. And you can see how big the audiences are and how big basically the number of active people on Facebook who visit that page on a monthly basis. So I'm looking down here, I'm going, holy smokes, look at Clean Food Crush, 1.9 million active users on a monthly basis. Take a look at that page. So I'm pretty excited about this now because I think I might find someone who's interested in health and losing weight over here in this community. So let's see what we've got. We've got Clean Food Crush. The first thing you want to look at is, wow, there's a lot of people liking this page. It's a popular page. Next thing you want to look at is, are the posts current? So, yep, they're posting. It's an active page. Last post was an hour ago, a couple of posts an hour ago. And I'm pretty confident that this is an engaged community. The next thing you might...
It looks really good, by the way.
No, I think I want to make this for dinner.
I know.
I'm going to come back to this page. And you can also notice that the posts are actually getting some comments, some shares, some likes, which means people are actually engaging, right? Engaging with this page. So lots of shares, some comments. Here's one that got 18 comments. Let's take a look at the comments. So we've got some people here, 18 comments, and some people engaging with each other. That's a good sign. So what I would do now, I would do one of two things. I'm confident that this is a good community of people who are interested in healthy food, who potentially, maybe they want to lose weight, maybe they're looking for healthy alternatives. I might want to either target an ad in front of this community, but if you're not using paid advertising yet, I'm going to take a look at some of these people. So let's take a look at this person. Let's see what she's all about. So looks like she's maybe in the right age demographic, and looks like a nice person, happy person. Looks like she likes to stay fit. Her family's outdoors. I might go back to this page now and actually, comment back on her comment. I'd say something like, wow, this looks delicious. I agree. When I comment on her comment, a notification is going to pop up in her notifications that I commented on her comment. That's the first step of making a connection with someone and creating a relationship. Now, for the purposes of today's training, we're not going to dive into that. We've done that before, how we've given out scripts and all kinds of things on how to have those conversations. But that's how you look for people who are targeted. Trish, do you want to add anything to that? Do you think I missed anything there?
No, I think that's great. And, what I love too is back when you first did the search here for diet, I loved how many different things up, because I saw things that fit a lot of people's companies who are on here. Like I saw alkaline, I saw plant-based, so when you guys want to get more specific, be thinking of those things. But definitely finding groups like that you can start engaging in, and be providing value. And the one thing I want to say, what Ruth made sure to tell you, and I'm just going to add a little bit to it, is she said, comment on that person's comment. She didn't say her friend request. She didn't say, to start spamming her in any way. It's about connecting and starting to provide some value in these groups. So if you find that there are a lot of people who are in this group who seem to fall within that audience you're looking for, this is a group where you now can come back and make some valuable posts too, so people can start seeing your name in this group a little bit, because then people will start commenting on yours. And this is how you're going to start making those connections that will turn into something else down the road.
So guys, first of all, is this making sense to you? Drop us a yes if it's making sense.
Yeah.
And what I want
Kim actually asked, do you friend her then? I didn't even see that before I said it. No, not yet, Kim.
No, not yet.
This is not to do that. When you go into groups and you immediately start friending people without commenting or becoming active and providing some kind of value, people know you're there just to target them. And that's a turn off immediately. And you're not going to get the result you're looking for doing it that way. Getting lots of yeses.
Awesome. So now I want to move to attracting someone who wants to join your business or your network marketing team. So, the avatar that I want to use is a struggling network marketer, because if you're in network marketing and you're looking for team builders, there is no better team builder than someone who is already familiar with the industry, maybe is struggling a little bit, maybe is looking for a new home, but they want to be here. They want to build a business. They have no objections to it. They don't have any of that. They want to do it. And they turn into the runners on your team, the people who really want to hit the ground running with you. So I want to go through an example here of how to find other network marketers. Okay. And typically, we've got the regular gurus out there that we could target, meaning like Eric Worre's audience or Ray Higdon's audience. But let's try something a little bit different today. So let's say that I want to target a network marketer in Canada and the United States. I want to build local and grow global. So I'm going to leave it at Canada and the United States. And let's just say my avatar is still a woman who's, that got really big, who is 42. So I'm going to keep this age range just to keep it simple. I'm obviously going to get rid of the Mediterranean diet because I'm not really concerned about how she eats or what she's got going on there. I'm concerned about whether she is interested in entrepreneurial and in the network marketing industry. So I'm going to type in some interests. And, I was thinking about this before today's live, and I thought, okay, who are some of the authors that typical, or some of the books or the authors that typical network marketers first read? And the first one that came to mind was Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yep.
So when I type in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I wonder what kind of page I would get if I left that.
I know, right? And you're right. I think that it's Angela with this. It says, when you're going to find people who are already interested, they're not saying this is a pyramid scheme or is this legal. You're right. You don't have to do the convincing. There are people who already believe in this industry. Monique, I don't know how to make this screen any bigger. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if Ruth can zoom in or not on her end, but on this side, I don't know how.
I can try and make it a little bit bigger. Let's see. There, hopefully that's better.
Ruth is.
Have her zoom a little
She
bit.
is. She just did. Yeah.
Okay.
I can show you how to do it on there later.
I made my screen bigger.
Yeah, that looks good. I can see it.
Okay. So here we are. We've got Rich Dad, Poor Dad, age 30 to 50, a woman in Canada and the United States. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let's see what Facebook pages they follow. They follow the Budgetnista, Female Entrepreneur Association. That sounds like a good one. Kim Kiyosaki, Black and Married with Kids, Lisa Nichols, Willie Moore, Brick Built Apparel, interesting, JJ Smith. So let's check out the Female Entrepreneur Association. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to look at the typical things. 677,000 people follow this page. And let's see what kind of engagement. So they're posting regularly. They just posted 7 hours ago. Some inspiring stuff. Okay, we've got 143 likes, a comment, 30 shares. Let's keep going down here. Wow, this one got a lot of love on that one. Oh, here's one with 26 comments. Let's take a look at what these comments look like. And I believe my dreams will still come true in 2020. They might be just slightly different dreams to those who I dreamt in January. Okay. Cool. So let's check this lady out, Katie Salinger. And looks like she's an entrepreneur. Absolutely. So, I do a little bit more research and I might comment on what Katie left and say, hey, love to see that that you're still dreaming. What are you dreaming of? And just start a conversation with her. And again, that's a whole separate training on how to bring people to those conversations. But this is how you find great people.
Yep. And one thing I just want to add just real quickly, because I know we're not going to dive into this piece of it today, is, guys, this is not the time when so I'm a part of some of these female entrepreneur groups. They are fabulous groups. I've actually gotten a lot of leads out of some of these groups. However, a lot of people will put posts, hey, drop a link, or what you can drop a link. My advice is don't drop a link, right? One of the things that I do is I'll talk about being a coach, but I also talk about how I teach, network marketers to, build a brand online, how to get, how to business online. And I'll just say, here's our free group if you want to come check it out for some additional trainings. I'll invite people to this group, right? Because I'm not asking, I'm not spamming them with a company link. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm actually just sharing with them some value of where a place they can come to get more help. So just be cognizant of that, because there's a lot of them who post, hey, what's everybody doing? And then people just start throwing all their links in there. And honestly, I think for most people, that's a turnoff.
The other thing that I want to add is when we first started talking about this, we talked about niching down on the avatar, right? So I just gave you some really simple examples here. They were still pretty broad. It takes time to do research, but I will share with you one of the things that I did in terms of my ad targeting is my avatar is a woman who is just like me, a number of years ago, stuck in corporate, doing the grind, trying to raise her kids, and trying to build a network marketing team on the side and struggling, right? So when I asked myself, okay, where am I going to find people like I was then? Well, the obvious thing came to mind. Who am I going to follow? Well, I'll follow Eric Worre or some of the big network marketing leaders, because I know I'm going to find network marketers there. But I thought, how do I find those corporate women? So I started to think, where did I shop back when I was in corporate? Well, I shopped at places where at the time we still wore suits to work. It was crazy. But, I knew the big department stores that I shopped in. They were some of the higher end stores because I always wanted to have a really nice suit for work because they lasted longer. And in the interest section of the insights, I listed those stores. So I knew that the network marketers who shopped in those places, I could then target them, niche down, and target them even closer. So those are some of the things you can start thinking about when you do your research on insights to find people. You can niche down by adding more and more interests in that little interest box.
That's a great one. I never thought about for people who are shopping. That's a really good one. And it's so funny too, with both of us being CPAs, and we've actually got quite a few CPAs on our team.
I know.
One of my leaders was like, why are you guys now in an ad targeting CPAs? You guys seem to do really well. And I'm like, that's a really good point. So, but yeah, I think that's great, Ruth, bringing in those interests as well, because it does allow you to get a lot more specific with who it is you're looking for. So guys, is this helpful? If this is helpful, drop some hearts in the comments for us. You can also give some of those little love hearts that fly up, but really just want to know if this has been helpful to you guys in some way. And let's see here. We've got a bunch of people who've came on too.
Awesome.
Monique, and let's see, and Dale. Let's see, we got lots of Georgette and a lot of people on. All right, I definitely see us getting some love hearts.
Awesome.
And Jennifer loves this info. Here we go. All right, good. Because I know this was something in the very beginning too. You just don't realize that Facebook gives you this, and it's free, guys. It's a free tool. So it's really awesome. Facebook has done all the research for us, and then we can go out and utilize it.
For sure. So guys, we have some exciting stuff coming up next week for you. I think we finally decided what day we're doing it, right, Trish?
Yeah, we're going to do it on Thursday. It's going to be a little longer.
Yeah. So we have a workshop coming up for you next week, Thursday at 1 p.m. It'll likely last an hour plus, probably closer to an hour and a half, 2 hours. And it's a true workshop style where we are going to actually reveal to you our team duplication system that we've used to actually really kind of kill it this month on our team. Created some massive duplication. We had 14 rank advancements on Monday and brought in 51 new team members in 2 weeks. And it works. It just works, right?
It definitely works. And you know, guys, what's best about it? Out of those 51 team members, here's what's cool. I think, Ruth, I don't know how many you and I had, maybe 6 or 8 of those each, but the rest was our team guys, everybody duplicating. And so it wasn't like we had 2 big recruiters or anything like that. It was everybody who was coming in started bringing in as well. And so we're going to share that with you because we've had a lot of people asking, you know, what is it you guys are doing? You know, we need to know more. It's 1 p.m. Eastern, Karen, 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific. We'll be starting. But yeah, we're going to dig a little deeper. We will have some slides. We're going to get as specific as we can without making it overwhelming. And we just decided that, you know, it'd be best if we just did a workshop style, let you guys know that it's going to be a little bit longer of a training next week.
Anyway, guys, I hope you got some value from this, and we're really excited about sharing this with you next week. So make sure you join us. And, you know, if you have team members that are struggling that could benefit from this, benefit from learning this system, bring them to this group. You know, we would love to have them in the group and share what we're doing. Because when the network marketing industry succeeds, we all succeed. It lifts us all up.
Yeah. And guys, what we teach too, it really raises the bar for the industry. And that's, I think, one of the things I love most about it is not only does it duplicate, but it's something you can feel good about and make us all look a little more professional, to give us all a better reputation, because we already know that on its own, the industry doesn't have the best reputation. And so we're trying to raise that bar and improve that for people.
Absolutely. So have a great day, guys. It was awesome seeing you here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Trish.
Yeah, thank you.
We will see you next week.
Yeah, have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.